All right, let's go ahead and take another trip here back into the fog. We're going to be on the cold tower this time to start off set number 2, and we're going to be seeing GenBlight out here on the Mastermind. Not exactly sure how that works here. Going to be pushing up into this top side of the map, and unfortunately, Givix actually ends up running right into them. Might be getting caught, yeah, very, very quickly here. Nice play around the pallet to be able to get the first injured status, and since you've already opened up a little bit of the cold tower here, might allow for GenBlight to get themselves a very quick down on this top side of the map.
And this looks quite dangerous here. Givx going down just a few seconds after loading into the comp tower here. Very, very great work by GenBlight. This is how you're coming back when you just lost the first set by a little chunk. You need to be confident. You need to come in with a lot of pressure, and both is what GenBlight is coming to bring onto Team Karma. And yeah, GenBlight is actually the name of the player. For a second we were confused as well, but he seems to enjoy Blight and clearly Mastermind a lot as well.
Yeah, I mean, you see a very quick down here is so big, and be able to get this middle hook too is going to be huge, right? You're going to be able to protect a couple of these gens that might have been exposed, to be able to get a little bit of work on here. And so, I mean, to be able to, you had talked about having to come out here after that first set, having to play killer right again, Dyer, and I think our squad gave you the answer.
Absolutely, yeah. And Givx seems to be the camped out survivor now. Absolutely understandable. If you do get a quick down like GenBlight did, you have all the time to go for the camp. We do see 2 generators going to fly in exchange for this second stage, very likely. Also, the main generator being attacked is something I really like. It's usually the generator that takes a lot of time from the killer, because you always have to go upstairs when noticing that there's pressure coming in. Breaking the 3-gen here on the top side as well is really important. It might even be a 4-gen if we count this generator next to the hooked survivor in as well. So Karma needs to take care, and so far the 3-gen still standing.
Yeah, I mean, you have the 3-gen. Honestly, even you can kind of combine it in with the 4-gen, right? With this extra gen that's right by this hook, plus that typical 3-gen that's on the top side. And I mean, unless they're working on that generator that's up in that top left-hand side, where a lot of our competitive players would call 11 over there, right? They could be in quite a bit of trouble, because then they'll already be in a 3v1. They'll have to break up this gen pressure here. It does look like they're going to get the save just in time, but now you're going to have 3 injured survivors. Easy decision here to go ahead and go for the tunnel out. The question is, can you build yourself enough distance, maybe prolong this down enough to be able to get one of those gens done on the top side of the map?
Now once again around this loop, and just missing Givx by a couple of inches here. He will be able to make it towards the shack. That was a very, very important juke right there. You are able to prevent the killer from tunneling you out for a very, very long time. But just as I spoke, I think I kind of jinxed it. That's going to be Givx going to...
Oh, wait, what was that slap? He slaps him with the D!
That was the most delayed. That was a very delayed D. That was a very delayed D slap over there. It might be the absolute last inch of the skill check that we have seen there. I was so confused for a second, and I'm glad that you were confused as well. But Givx now going down once and for all. That was an interesting one.
I was wondering if maybe he had walked by the locker or got close enough to the locker for a head-on or something, because it seemed like it was so late for a decisive strike. But obviously we saw that the change as far as of the obsession lets us know that's what it was. But we're now to that 3v1, 3 fully healthy survivors, 3 fresh hook survivors here as well. The question is, can this chase go long enough to be able to give yourself one of these gens to pop?
And this is now going to be a lot of pressure here as well. We do see left and right how they are quickly going for the gens, but with 3 survivors, you're not quite able to do it in the same way anymore. 2 survivors leaving the area here, so that means that only 1 survivor can currently work on these objectives. A good information for Sequence Killer, knowing that you have a little bit longer. We do see them going for the TNL now. A second survivor in the distance. Which one? Oh, almost catching the Fang there. Very nice read by General Wright. Should be enough now to just apply an M1, and we do see them going towards the bottom side as well. General Wright needs to decide if he wants to commit or checking on the gens, but it seems like Sequence is choosing the aggressive strategy here.
Yeah, and you can understand why you'd want to take this chase towards the bottom side of the map as far as a survivor, which means now for General Blight, you needed this down very, very quickly. Instead, getting them ankles absolutely shattered here. Back at Shack, which is going to allow this chase to go even longer, which is going to give the time for the two healthy survivors here to be able to pound into those gens up on the top side of the map. We can see actually not even going to go for the window, able to see and read that thing very well. Has a pallet over here as well to be able to work around, and now time of the essence. And what a beautiful juke at the pallet as well.
Absolutely beautiful here. Trauma juicing on the Shack. Exactly what Karma needs right now to put themselves in a good spot. That looked disgusting on the Survivor screen, I believe. That is one of these where I would shut down my PC, I believe. But luckily, Trauma is not going to do that. We do see the exit gates on the top side more, and also very split, the main building breaking the line of sight. So very beautiful exit gates for our Survivor team. I wouldn't even be surprised if they leave the team member behind you.
Yeah, it's one of those tough situations, right? Because obviously if you were already split up, then you know that your killer here is going to be looking for an additional fresh hook. So you may be able to get the save. And it looks like, since I don't see a Kate in sight, that just may be the case. Unfortunately, though, yeah, that's going to be the case. Actually, we have the unhook across the way. You can see the survivors already healthy, which means getting that big adrenaline value. Oh, man, it means they would have actually been just close to getting that Spees booth if they would have been able to keep that other chase going just a little bit longer. But now you can see trying to stay up on their feet. I think it might just take the two out at this point, Dyer, because that's going to be another hook. It is going to be fresh hook. Should buy you enough time to be able to get out the far doors, though.
I agree, yeah. You do take all the seconds you get now, and the Survivor team has gone some time for themselves. There's now going to be Khaled back on the hook, so you handed out another fresh hook, and now it's time to really leave here, not handing out more, unfortunately. Oh, overall, they need to watch out. Overall, handing out one additional stage comparing to just leaving the trial here. But again, 7 stages. We had that in the previous trial, and 7 stages worked out for Team Karma in a good way. So I think they can feel confident.
Yeah, I think those couple of middle chases, it's hard. It's obviously easy for us to say in retrospect, looking back, that maybe you shouldn't have taken chase down on the bottom side of the map, but you were also chasing a fresh hook, so I can kind of understand it. But it feels like you gave up so much map pressure that if you would have maybe gone back, it would have made the actual trial go longer. But I think you walk away with more hook stage. I feel like that might have cost them there.
Absolutely, yeah. It's interesting though, right? Because when we're talking about these decision makings in the end game, we can tell, like, a lot of games don't even have this decision making because the teams are not able to force the killer in a difficult position. And Sequence and Karma are applying so much pressure during the mid game that the killer is forced in the end game to make such difficult decision where it come down to all survivors almost leaving to still ending in a 4K. So I really like what the teams are putting up here. We might have only one more trial, ladies and gentlemen, or Sequence is taking the 1-1 set point. So let's see what's happening after a short break.